Reviews of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's pilot season have been divided, but improving the second half will need addressing a few storylines. Aside from being a spin-off created by the young Sheldon finale, the show has already established a reputation for itself, albeit not always permanently. Hi guys, welcome back. Spoiler alert. Though many of the characters in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage currently raise more questions than they do answers, the entire ensemble has done a fantastic job portraying their parts. The show must choose which characters to focus on in future episodes before Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Episode 8. Although it has access to both the McAllisters and the Cooper family, it is challenging to have many storylines running at once due to the short episode length. As a result, there isn't enough time to devote to each individual, even if there are several. However, there are important things that Mandy, Emily Osment, and Georgie, Montana Jordan, should concentrate on when they go back. 5. When will Sheldon appear in the first marriage of Georgie and Mandy? The only Cooper who did not attend Thanksgiving was him. The boy genius is absent from Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, despite the fact that Mary, Zoe Perry, Missy, Reagan Revord, and Meemaw, Annie Potts, have all made several appearances. Although Sheldon, played by Ian Armitage, is in California during the show's events, it makes some sense, but his absence is nonetheless noticeable. Without Sheldon, the main character, appearing, an entry into the Big Bang Theory franchise would be unthinkable. Sheldon's return to Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is therefore inevitable. Sheldon's appearance can be explained in a variety of ways, from a straightforward one like him returning home for spring break, to a complex one that necessitates his visit to Texas. Because Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is a sitcom, viewers are more inclined to suspend disbelief for plotlines, so they will probably accept whatever justification they think up. 4. Will Missy's rebellious phase end? She is not disciplined or guided. By the end of young Sheldon, Missy had already begun to rebel as a teenager, but she has continued to act recklessly ever since, particularly since George's passing. Missy is calling from school since she has been suspended when viewers of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage first meet her. In an attempt to dodge a test, Missy sets off a fire alarm, but her actions are motivated by a deeper grief. Missy's entrance in Episode 2 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage demonstrates how her sadness is causing her to act disobediently. Missy doesn't currently have a solid enough support network to become better. She starts talking to Mandy on the phone, but when Georgie enters the room, Mandy ends the call. Speaking to her late father's grave finally provides the sole Cooper daughter with catharsis, but it only reveals further traumas she had been concealing. Georgie's sister must receive the assistance she requires from Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. 3. What was Veronica's fate? Will she return? Georgie's first true love was her. Despite only appearing for 2 seasons, Isabel May's portrayal of Veronica Duncan in young Sheldon made an impact. Because of how memorable her role was, young Sheldon first thought Veronica would be Georgie's first wife. Georgie and the former bad girl who became a devout Christian appeared to be a perfect fit, but they were never given the opportunity to express their clear affection for one another. However, Veronica's departure from young Sheldon was abrupt. The character is never ever referenced again until a flashback in the series finale, and the show never provided an explanation. The storyline should be ended with Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, because Veronica has always been an unsolved aspect of Georgie's life. Whether Georgie casually mentioned where she disappeared or her reappearance to cause problems in his marriage, Veronica deserves a dignified farewell. 2. Will Audrey ever approve of Georgie? She is the final McAllister to remain. It was immediately apparent that Audrey, played by Rachel Bay Jones, was the antagonist of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage in the opening scene in the television series, The 6:10 to Lubbock. She freely evaluates her daughter's decisions with a condescending grin and doesn't try to conceal her distaste for Georgie. Despite having her daughter's best interests in mind, Audrey vents her emotions by making fun of Georgie's IQ and fathering skills. But by the 7th episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, Audrey is the only one who is afraid. In the last moments of An Old Mustang, Mandy's brother Connor, Dougie Baldwin, displays his unambiguous approval of Georgie, telling Audrey that he's happy a good person like Sheldon's brother is around. Georgie has been supported by her father Jim, Will Sasso, since the pilot. Audrey may begin to show him more mercy if Georgie wins over the other members of the household. Is it possible for Mandy to follow her dreams while taking care of Cece? She quit journalism to work as a waitress. Mandy intends to pursue her career as a journalist by working as a news anchor when she returns to the workforce to help provide for the family. Prior to being replaced, Mandy worked as a weather forecaster in San Antonio and studied communications for 6 years. She decides to become a waitress after learning that a young, perky alternative was hired for the anchor post she went to interview for. In Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the age difference had previously caused issues for the marriage, but it also serves as an example of how Mandy no longer has the options she would have had if she were more like Georgie in age. She and Audrey had a heart-to-heart about giving up dreams for their kids, but it would be unusually depressing for the sitcom if Mandy gave up on her ambitions completely. When Georgie and Mandy's first marriage comes back, Mandy's work demands more attention for the sake of her character. Thanks for watching.